Hi, this is James Shug at Westpac with the end of day report for Tuesday, May the 15th. Not quite end of day actually, it's about 3:45 in the London afternoon, but I've got another engagement a little bit later. The day was dominated by two main themes. Positive US economic data, but more ongoing political uncertainty in Greece. In the latter, we saw the Greek president announce that there'll have to be new elections following the failure of a new administration to be found following the inconclusive May 6th vote. It was interesting though, it was reported that a 436 million euro 10-year note was repaid by the Greek government, although it's not actually clear who made the decision to repay it. I mean, when you think about it, that's very much a political decision. If you meet your legal obligations, you're doing something that's deeply unpopular at home. That's another €500 million that can't go towards aged pensions or hospital care or what have you. So it's not clear if that who authorised that repayment, given that there isn't actually a government. Presumably it was someone in the bureaucracy. But that's the sort of uncertainty that is certainly keeping markets very much on edge. Actually, when the new election was announced about 2 o'clock the London afternoon, even the Aussie dollar fell 0.5 cent. I mean, just to show you that there is very much real reverberations right around the globe from what's happening in that little country called Greece. In other news today, we had flat Euroland GDP reported for the first quarter. That followed the 0.3% contraction in the fourth quarter of last year. So effectively Euroland is stagnating rather than in technical recession. We don't know yet from this advanced report if that 0.0% was rounded up from a small negative or rounded down from a small positive. But either way, what is clear is that Germany was the engine of whatever growth there was. German GDP was up 0.5% in the quarter. France was flat in the quarter. Italy was down 0.8%. Spain down 0.3%. And a whole bunch of other negatives as well in some of the smaller economies. Greece was reported down more than 6%, but that's an annual growth pace. The Euroland annual growth pace was 0.0. So 0 in the quarter for Europe, 0 growth over the year, but a range of very different outcomes depending on which country you look at. In other news today, in the US, we had slower retail sales growth, but still positive. It grew 0.1% in the month. That was April. In March, we saw 0.8% growth. So it's clear that there was probably some pull forward from April into March from milder weather earlier than normal this year. In April, the figures showed DIY sales down, apparel down. So some of that was probably pushed forward from April to back to March. The CPI was flat in April, although up 0.2% on the core rate. Nothing really exciting to report there. The New York Fed's factory index in May rebounded from 7 to 17. It had fallen from the low 20s to 7 in April, but it recovered a lot of that outcome in May. The National Association of Home Builders, their May survey was very positive as well. It rose to a 5-year high, and other US data was fairly minor. But there was a lot of US data out today, but they are the main points. Oh, I forgot to mention too, the German ZEW analyst survey, the analyst outlook survey, which has been rising for 6 months now, following real doom and gloom in November last year, to relative optimism in the April survey. In May it fell. So it seems that the real buzz that German analysts got from the ECB's LTROs has started to fade, and they're refocusing again on risks related to Greece, Spain, recession and so on, as we think they should be. Right, that's about it in terms of the news today. Markets about an hour ahead of the European close are let's see, the FTSE down 0.4%, the French market down 0.25%, the Germans down 0.4%, the Spanish market down 1.2%, and the Italians down 1.6%. In contrast, the Dow, an hour and a bit into trade, it's up 0.25% at 12,725. In commodity markets, we've got copper prices down 0.75%, gold down about 0.25% at $1,556 an ounce, and oil still changed at $94.87 a barrel. The Aussie dollar's at 99.8 US cents. I don't know if you can see this chart, but basically there's the announcement of the the Greek election. Can you please walk away? Sorry, someone was just annoying me. That was the Aussie dollar decline on the announcement of the new Greek elections. Okay, so that's about it from me today. Back again tomorrow, and I look forward to speaking to you then.